My dear friends, here is a question that might shake you. When the noise fades, when the children stop calling, when the house grows silent and the world rushes past you, what is actually yours? Is it your house? Is it your family? Is it your wealth? Or is it something no one can ever take? Let me tell you a story. There was an old man named Rahav. He worked hard his entire life. He built a big house, raised 3 children, and made sure they got the best education. He sacrificed his comfort so they could live comfortably. Years passed. He turned 72. One day, sitting alone in his room, he overheard his children arguing in the next room. Who will take care of father? One said, I'm too busy, said another. I have my own responsibilities, said the third. I have my own responsibilities, said the third. Raghav sat silently. That night he looked at his hands, the same hands that once held his children when they were afraid, and he whispered, So what is truly mine? My friends, this is a painful moment, but also a powerful realization. After a certain age, we begin to understand a deep truth. People may love you, but they do not belong to you. Not your children, not your children, not your spouse, not even your closest companions. Everyone has their own journey, their own karma, their own responsibilities. Then what remains? Let me tell you another story. There was a woman named Shanta. At 75, she lived alone. Her son was abroad, not her daughter in another city. But every morning, she would wake up with a smile. She would sit quietly, close her eyes, and spend time in prayer and gratitude. Someone once asked her, Don't you feel lonely? She smiled and said, I lost my expectations and found my peace. You see, after 70, the one thing that truly belongs to you is your inner state, your peace, your thoughts, your acceptance, your connection with the divine. Everything else is temporary. Family is beautiful, but it is not ownership. Love is real, but it is not control. When we expect too much, we suffer. When we accept deeply, we are free. Let me give you a simple example. If you hold sand tightly in your fist, it slips away. But if you open your palm, it stays. Relationships are like that. The more we try to control them, the more they hurt us. The more we allow them to flow, the more they bless us. After 70, life is not about holding on. It is about letting go gracefully, letting go of expectations, letting go of complaints, letting go of the need to be understood, and instead holding on to something far more powerful. Because no one can take that away from you. Not time, not people, not circumstances. If your mind is calm, you are rich. If your heart is light, you are free. So my dear friends, don't measure your life by who remains beside you. Measure it by how peaceful you feel deep within. Because in the end, people will come and go. But your relationship with yourself and your connection with the divine, that is the only thing that truly belongs to you. And once you discover that, you don't feel lonely anymore. You feel complete. 1. Family does not equal ownership. Many of us grow up believing that our family belongs to us, that their time, love, and attention are ours to command. But after 70, life teaches us subtle and profound truth. Family, no matter how much you love them, is never truly yours to control. I remember meeting Mr. Truly yours to control. I remember meeting Mr. Dry Sal Rajan, a 72-year-old retired school principal. He had raised 2 children single-handedly after his wife passed away. He loved them deeply, always ensuring they had the best education, the best upbringing. Yet, when his children moved abroad for careers, he realized that despite all his efforts, their priorities were their own. His mornings became quiet. His home seemed empty, though he was surrounded by the artifacts of his life, photographs, gifts, and memories. That's when he understood that love does not imply ownership. His children's love for him did not mean they owed him constant presence. Friends, spouses, and relatives are companions on your journey, but not possessions. Recognizing this truth doesn't reduce love, it frees it. When you release the illusion of ownership, you stop clinging and start appreciating. You can celebrate their victories without being wounded by their choices. And you can enjoy your own presence without seeking validation. After 70, the freedom that comes from releasing attachment to people is profound. Love becomes lighter, purer, and far more joyful. Understanding that family is a gift, not a possession, transforms the way we experience relationships. You stop asking, "Why aren't they here?" and instead ask, "How can I cherish the moments we have?" That is the art of mature love. 2. Your inner state is truly yours. Raghav, a retired engineer I met, had a sprawling home, loving children, and a comfortable life. Yet he was restless and anxious. He thought he would find security in his possessions and family attention. But he didn't. One day, a simple morning walk changed everything. He noticed the birds singing, the sun rising, and the cool breeze brushing his face. He realized that his true ownership lay not in his house, his money, or even his children. It lay in his inner state, his mind, his heart, and his capacity to be present. After 70, life subtly guides you toward this understanding. You may lose mobility, energy, or social presence, but your inner state remains yours to cultivate peace. Gratitude, joy, and connection with the divine are treasures no one can take away. The key is awareness. Meditation, reflection, prayer, or even a simple walk in nature can help you claim this inner territory. Chenta, a 75-year-old widow, lived alone, but was radiantly happy. Her secret: she focused on her inner world. Each morning she cultivated gratitude, acceptance, and calm. Her mind was free from fear and anxiety about the future. She didn't wait for external circumstances to deliver happiness. She owned her inner peace. Your mind is like a garden. If you nurture it with positivity, it blooms. If you leave it unattended, weeds of worry and resentment grow. Grow after 70. Understanding that your inner state is your only true possession empowers you. It teaches that happiness is not external. It is an inside job. When your inner world is rich, you are wealthy, even if everything else is fleeting. 3. Expect less. Accept more. Expectations are like heavy baggage. The older we get, the heavier they feel. I once spoke to Mr. Hares, an 80-year-old man whose children lived in different cities. He would wait for calls, visits. He would wait for calls, visits, or gestures of care. Every missed message, every delayed visit felt like a personal failure. Over time, he realized that his suffering was not because of his children's absence. It was because of his expectations. Expectations. Expectations are silent chains. They tie your happiness to the behavior of others. After 70, life gently teaches the value of accepting more and expecting less. This doesn't mean detachment or indifference. It means embracing reality with wide open arms. Life is impermanent. People have their own journeys. Acceptance frees you from unnecessary suffering. There is a story of an elderly couple in Kerala. Their children were abroad and they rarely visited. Initially, the couple felt neglected and bitter. Then one day they started focusing on small joys. Morning tea together, tending to plants, watching birds. They released expectations and began accepting life exactly as it was. The transformation was profound. They became more patient, happier, and less reactive. The lesson is clear. The less you demand from others, the more peaceful your life becomes. Expectation breeds disappointment. Acceptance breeds serenity. After 70, this principle becomes a key to emotional freedom. Happiness is no longer dependent on what others give you. It is born from what you choose to receive in every moment. 4. Letting go is strength. We often think holding on is a sign of love or strength. But after 70, life teaches the opposite. True strength lies in letting go. I remember meeting Mr. Shirish, who had been bitter about old grievances with his brother for decades. Every argument, every perceived insult had accumulated into a heavy weight. When he finally forgave his brother, he felt a lightness he hadn't experienced in years. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the mental burden that chains your peace. Life after 70 is not about clinging to control over people, outcomes or memories. It is about releasing. Think of sand slipping through your fingers. If you hold it tightly, it escapes. If you hold it gently, it stays. If you hold it gently, it stays. Relationships, possessions, grudges, and regrets are like that sand. By releasing attachment, you preserve the essence without the pain. This principle also applies to physical limitations, societal pressures, or even self-judgment. Every time you let go, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. Every time you let go, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. Letting go is courage, wisdom, not in liberation all at once. It allows you to focus on what truly matters: your peace, your joy, and your connection with life itself. After 70, this becomes an art, not just a lesson. The lighter your heart, the richer your life. 5. Measure life by peace, not possessions. Mr. Anil, now retired businessman, had accumulated wealth, property, and accolades all his life. Yet he was restless and anxious. One evening, he visited a small temple near his home, sat quietly and observed people smiling, playing and offering simple prayers. He realized that despite all his possessions, he had never truly owned inner peace. After 70, we begin to understand that true richness is not measured in money, accolades, or family attention. It is measured in how calm, content, not in light our hearts feel. Inner peace is impervious to external circumstance. You can be alone and peaceful, surrounded by chaos and peaceful, or surrounded by people yet feel profoundly lonely. The key is to cultivate a calm mind and a light heart. Practically, this means spending time in gratitude, reflection, and mindful presence. Engage in acts that nourish your soul, like reading, meditating, gardening, or simply appreciating a sunrise. When peace becomes your measure, life loses its anxieties and gains its meaning. The world will change, children will leave, possessions will fade, but a peaceful heart remains invincible. After 70, the only wealth worth pursuing is not external, it is internal. Your joy, serenity, and equanimity are your permanent treasures. Everything else is temporary, fleeting, and optional. Everything else is temporary, fleeting, and optional.